Okay. So yeah, tonight is the Black Friday sale. Starts at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is currently 3:30, so we got about an hour and a half to go. And we do this every year, and every year I also do a live stream um, before the sale starts. It's a tradition here on Jacob's Aquarium. So if you guys have any questions or anything about the sale, you can post them here and I can answer them for you, of course. I don't know what else we do with them besides answer them. And I can also answer questions about plants. It doesn't just have to be about the Black Friday sale. So let's see what people are saying in the chat. I'm here. Yes, you are. Waiting for the sale. I'm going to grab that cash. Well, I mean, I hope you mean Apple Pay, credit card, debit card, because we can't accept cash, but I'm sure you already know that. You're so damn underrated, your channel and store. Well, it is what it is. I never understood the whole YouTube algorithm thing, but it's just weird how, um, like I have like 50,000 subscribers, but I don't receive like 50,000 views, not even half of that on my videos. So maybe something's wrong with YouTube, which is the reason why I'm underrated. I don't know. But you know what? I really don't care because it's like, it is what it is, and I can still do what I love to do, so it doesn't matter to me. A lot of people that, rely on YouTube as their sole source of income, like they would be worried, but I don't rely on YouTube to survive. I don't think anybody, um, with a smaller channel should because it's pretty risky. Because with a smaller channel and, the chances of something happening, you know, there's too many things that can happen. But when you're a bigger channel, it seems like it's a little bit more secure. I don't know. That's just my impression. But then again, there are big YouTubers that their careers are basically over overnight because of cancel culture. But hey, that's the time we live in, right? Okay, Rogers Aquarium says my light broke, so I'm using a window light for now. Interesting. Got my plants in, stuff came in well, thanks. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you for your order. You've literally inspired me to start a small plant business. Oh, well, that's cool. Good luck with that. I periodically go back and watch the video where you unscrewed the CO2 bottle. Yeah, that was uh, that was not one of my most proudest moments. For those of you that don't know, he's referring to a video that I shot probably like, oh my gosh, like 5, 6 years ago, maybe. And I was reviewing a CO2 system. And the CO2 system came with these little cylinders that you screw onto a regulator. And I thought, based on the information that I read in the instructions, that you just screw it on and it pierces the little valve in the top of the tank, and it just works. Like, they were disposable. They weren't really like a professional CO2 tank. Um, and that's how they're made. You're able to just screw them on, and it pierces the little valve, and there you go, it works. But I did that, and something happened or I think I left the valve open on the regulator, and it just like it didn't explode, but CO2 just started coming out really, really fast, and it scared the hell out of me because I didn't know what was happening until I realized it a few moments later. I thought the thing was exploding, but yeah, it was pretty terrifying for a second there. But the funny thing is like the most funniest thing is the face that I made in the video because I was scared. Like I watched it. I watched that video a couple of months back because people talk about it all the time. So whenever they do, I kind of watch it sometimes. Um, and it's just the face that I made. I can't get over that. Anyways, um, Sergio S. Is it possible to have a successful planet tank using just natural light? Well, I do it with my pond in my greenhouse, but I would say that's a little bit different than like an aquarium because that's usually not recommended to have a fish tank under natural light because you'll basically just be growing algae. Um, that's why everybody recommends you use, planet tank light fixtures. But natural light, no, I don't think it's a good idea. But in like a pond environment, of course. Thank you. You're my inspiration. You helped me realize my dream and passion in life. Oh, that's great. I'm glad. That's the same thing. Like I was in your shoes, years ago as well. I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and I got inspired by many different people, and I just did it. So it's what you got to do. You just got to do it. What do you think greenhouses use? I don't know what you mean. The only reason why my aquarium doesn't look like SHIT is because your plants. Well, I'm glad I can help it not look like crap. Another version of the word you use. My first time, so far so good. I need a sturdy plant that doesn't fall apart. I have 20 aquariums. They're all planted, so hoping I can do a lot of shopping with you. Wow, 20 aquariums. That's a lot of it's a lot of water changes to do. It's a lot of fish to feed. It's a lot of plants to take care of. But hey, if I had the space and the time, I probably would have 20 aquariums as well. And sorry if I'm blowing your ears out, guys. I'll turn my audio down. This was a little loud. There we go. That's probably better. Um, yeah, I think the most I've ever had at one point was I think I had like 3 aquariums in my room when I first started my business. I had 3 aquariums in my room, and I had a small pond on my balcony at my parents' apartment. It was a pretty wild setup, but I had to do what I had to do. I had to run the business. So I set up a huge budget to purchase stuff. I have my first prototype pond to fill. How do I credit you for the design? Um, I don't know. When people ask you, just say, "Hey, I was inspired by Jacob's Aquarium." I guess. That's the crazy thing. When I built the pond, I didn't really get that much inspiration from other people, just because I didn't see anybody else building an above ground pond that's like mine. I mean, I'm sure you guys have seen mine. So it was kind of challenging to figure out how to actually do it. But um, I guess it was just a matter of finding out how to support all the weight because it's lifted off the ground, you know. I built several ponds so far, so I kind of got it down. I kind of got a good idea down of what it should be and how it should, be constructed and stuff. Um, so all I can recommend is that you just make sure it's well supported because it's just I mean water is just so heavy, and especially with the pond as big as the one that I have, over 1,000 gallons. It's like it's a lot of weight, to be resting on wood. So okay, let's see. If my plant stems start to become translucent? Is it too late to save them? Well, to be honest, a lot of plants actually do that, and it appears as though they're dying, but they're actually not. Um, when sometimes when plants develop, translucent leaves, like you're saying, it's because they're transitioning from their immersed state to their submerged state. And that's just, a symptom of the process. Because what happens is those leaves will turn translucent, but then they'll just die and fall off. And as that's happening, new leaves will grow out of the plant, and it'll replace those dead leaves. So I would say that if you just, if those plants are new to your aquarium, uh, they're probably going through their transitional, phase. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Now, if that's an existing plant in your aquarium that's been in your aquarium for a while, and then it starts to do that, well, then that could be cause for concern. So you might have a nutrient issue, you might have a water quality issue. It's really hard to determine a problem with an aquarium through the internet in this type of setting, forum, whatever you want to call it, because to really know how to fix a problem in an aquarium, you have to like be involved with it all the time. You have to see it in person. It's really hard to say for sure over the internet, but I will say that it could be a nutrient issue, water quality issue. So maybe test your water. If you're not dosing nutrients, definitely start. It can't hurt, but of course, make sure you do it correctly, or else you could just dose too much and grow a bunch of algae. So, okay, if Castle lights are out of my budget, what other lights would you recommend? Um, See, that's the thing. I've used Kessel lights for a long time now. I switched to them way, way back in like 2011, 2012, I think. So I really haven't used anything else besides that. But I have heard of a lot of people using lights from Fluval. Fluval makes really good aquatic plant lights, I've heard. And there's also some marine land light fixtures that are pretty good. But I really can't speak for them 100% because I haven't used them. But I will say that, no matter what you choose, just make sure it has a good par rating, and it's at least between 6,000 to 6,500 K or Kelvin, because that's the like the perfect range of light intensity and everything to grow aquatic plants. Anything below or above that just doesn't seem to grow plants that well. So um, as long as you find a light that's good, like that good par rating and the proper Kelvin rating as well, you should really have no problem. But I mean, it also there's other factors to consider, like the depth of your aquarium and stuff, because some lights can only penetrate um, a certain depth of water. So, um, but that's primarily one of the reasons why I chose to use Kessels as well, just because they're so bright. And I had a 50-gallon tall at the time, and I mean it's a tall aquarium as the name suggests. So I needed something that could penetrate all the way to the bottom of the aquarium because I wanted to grow foreground plants, and they were pretty much the only thing that could accomplish that. So, but yeah, there's plenty of other companies that make lights for aquariums. Just make sure you get something with those specs that I just mentioned. I'm thinking of three Anubias and a petite. Are they all tiny? Stupid question that you sell. Okay, I laugh because this has happened before. People have in the past, people have bought that plant from me, and they receive it and they open the package and they're like, "What the heck is this?" The plant's the size of a quarter. But it is a small plant. Anubias nana petite is primarily a slow growing foreground plant, and it's no matter what stage of growth it's in, it's always very, very small. So yes, if you do buy it, it's gonna be small. So just expect that. You know, it's so funny because I there was even a video review that somebody posted, and I got to see their reaction, on video, which is so much different than just reading about it through in a customer's email. But it's just so funny. The guy was like, "What? What's this?" And he has the little Anubius Nana Petite in his hand. But I mean, that's why it's called Anubius Nana Petite, like you said. But no, there's no stupid questions here. Don't worry. I was once new to the hobby, and I'm sure I asked a lot of questions that were probably pretty obvious. It's just the nature of learning in this hobby. It's not so cut and dry. So so don't worry. You can ask me anything, but if it is funny, I will laugh at it. Okay. Somebody says I have a 20-gallon, 20-gallon aquarium over 2 years. They're all doing good. No water changes. I just add water. Good light is important. I need help with plants that are sturdy. Yeah, I've kind of done the same thing before. I when I had my 50-gallon tall, I really didn't do water changes either. I would just top it off, and I know that kind of goes against what everybody recommends on how to take care of an aquarium. But the thing is that I I don't know. It just really I didn't seem to have any issues with just topping off my aquarium. It just like it didn't affect ammonia levels, nitrate levels, nothing. It just worked. So I wouldn't I wouldn't recommend it though. That's the thing, because I mean everybody's situation is different, so you don't want to be like, oh, okay, well then I won't do water changes, but you probably do. If you have a lot of fish in your aquarium, definitely want to do water changes. So I guess maybe that was one of the benefits I had of my tank, is I didn't really have a lot of fish, and I had a lot of plants though. Like my tank was like it was full to the max with plants, so maybe since the plants pretty much act as a natural filter already, there was just plenty of filtration as it is. Whenever the fish would produce waste, the plants would just consume it, and it wouldn't be left around in a more traditional aquarium without any plants to just decompose and raise all your levels in your aquarium. So, or in my aquarium. Um, but yeah, there's people that get away with not doing any water changes for sure. Okay, next question. Hey, we have almost double the amount of people watching compared to a few minutes ago. Yeah, don't get too excited. Like somebody else mentioned about me being underrated. I don't get as many viewers as some of the other guys do. I've seen some of these other YouTubers that get like oh my gosh, like 1,200 people watching their live stream, and they're just sitting around talking about the hobby just like me. And I'm like, well, why can't I get that many people watching my live stream? I don't know. I really don't care. Like I said, YouTube is broken. It really is broken because for like ever since I think 2017, 2018, my YouTube revenue has gone down, but my views have gone up and my subscribers have gone up, and the views I get per video have gone down, but again, my subscribers have gone up and views on my other videos have gone up, like my old videos, but not my new ones. I don't know why that's been happening, but I mean, like I said, I think YouTube is just broken. But I don't rely on it as my sole source of income. I just rely on it to, make videos and help you guys out with your tanks and stuff. So like I said, I really don't care. I'm so tired. Honestly, I'm so tired of worrying about YouTube because YouTube always has issues, and it's so segregated. Like, you really have to be one of those idiots that's constantly on the trending list. You have to make these stupid videos that have like a billion jump cuts, and talk about all the current drama going on to get any views, like, at all. Like, people that make videos like me about teaching people things about like a hobby and stuff, they'll never get that much attention on YouTube. But that's just the way it is. But like I said, it doesn't mean I have to like it. So, uh, did you stock up in preparation for Black Friday? Yes, actually, I did. I bought a lot of plants before today, before the Black Friday sale. I stocked up a lot, but what I started to notice is that people, they didn't want to wait for the Black Friday sale. They uh, they wanted their plants now, and they were afraid that there wasn't going to be any available after the Black Friday sale. So I, even though I restocked and I thought, okay, that's enough, it's the website's fully stocked now. People still kept buying plants, and now there are a few plants that are sold out that I thought I was going to have for Black Friday, but I don't, because people bought them before. But I thought people would wait, so they can get the Black Friday price. But a lot of people didn't. They wanted their plants now. And I mean, if they do, I'm not going to stop them. It's business. So, but, rest assured, there are still a ton of plants available. I think there's over 1,000 plants in stock on the website. So there are still plenty to choose from. So I wouldn't worry about that. Um, but as somebody has already mentioned in the comments, there are a few plants that are sold out that I'm sure people would love to get the Black Friday price on, but that's just how it goes. So, okay. What's my main occupation? Well, my main occupation is my nursery. That's my main source of income, is my website, jacobsaquarium.com. My nursery, that's everything for me. And it has been for a pretty long time now. I think ever since I started it. If you go to my website and read the About Me section, you can read my whole story. And I actually just made a video talking about how I became an entrepreneur, and I've been trying to export it from Adobe Premiere Pro, but for some reason it's not exporting properly. It doesn't export the full video file, so I'm trying to figure that out. But I actually made a whole video talking about it, and I was going to upload it on my personal channel. But like I said, I'm having issues, but I'm going to try to figure it out and see what's going on so that I can upload that. So just keep checking back on that channel. You can read my whole story about how I got started and everything. But yeah, um, my website and everything is that's my main occupation, and I love it every single day. I love it. Michael's Home Cooking says my old videos do the best and make the most money. Yeah, see, that's the same thing with me. I have videos that I uploaded like almost 10 years ago, and they have a lot of views, and they continue to generate a lot of views, and they continue to generate ad revenue. But all my new stuff, it's like I'm lucky if I can pass 1,000 views on my new videos. I don't know why that is. And it's like the videos I used to make before that got a lot of views and are still getting a lot of views are just old. They're very similar to the videos I'm making now. They're just videos teaching people about things in the hobby. And it's like, it's the same thing with other people, that make videos about this hobby as well. You're just teaching people, you're teaching them how to do stuff with their tanks, plants, whatever. I'm making the same videos. And on top of that, I've actually upgraded I've upgraded my video quality tremendously. Like I spent like altogether probably like $7,000 on a cinema camera to make videos for my channel, and I also invested in audio equipment and stuff. And I figured that would bring even more views. but it's like no matter what I did, my old videos just continue to get more views than my new ones. It's really, really strange. The only thing that I can think of is that you know how YouTube has a recommended list? I'm thinking that something's wrong with that. I'm thinking that videos that should be recommended, like new stuff from channels you're subscribed to, aren't appearing there or something. I mean, I just don't know. That's like my only guess. Or maybe, or maybe you know what? Maybe my new videos just suck. I don't know. I really don't know. Uh, maybe they just suck. Maybe people don't like me anymore. I really don't know. But like I said, I really don't care. I get enough views. I get enough views and enough feedback and enough comments to make me smile occasionally, and that's really all I need. But yeah, so it could be that. All right. This will be my first time buying from you. I'm excited. Oh, well, welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it. Do you have a nutritious substrate or root tabs or any fertilizer? I don't sell any dry goods on my website. No, I've chosen to focus on aquarium plants and only aquarium plants. Uh, because the thing is, when you sell live goods on the internet, especially, well, I shouldn't say live goods, sorry, dry goods. When you sell dry goods on the internet and they're not like particularly small, it could be pretty costly to ship those things. And unless you're a big company that gets special shipping rates from the big guys like UPS and FedEx, and the only way you can get those is if you ship a large volume of packages. If you're a smaller business like me trying to ship large stuff for cheap, it's just not going to happen. So that's the challenge that I always had whenever I tried to sell dry goods on my website, and that's why I just really didn't even attempt to continue selling dry goods, just because it just financially it just didn't make sense, and people didn't want to pay $25 to have a filter shipped to them or something. There's plenty of other companies out there, bigger companies that will ship those things to you for free, pretty much. So I don't sell dry goods. I just sell plants because the plants are small enough to fit in smaller boxes, and I can just I have the ability to charge flat rates to ship those smaller packages, and the flat rates are much more affordable than shipping much bigger stuff. So and on top of that, by just focusing on aquatic plants, I was able to sell a lot of different species. And that's because I could put my time and energy into just aquatic plants. And you'll notice that with uh, with some websites that sell dry goods, they really don't have a big plant selection, and it's because they can't sell almost 100 different species of aquatic plants and over 100 different types of dry goods. It's a lot to manage. So they kind of split their time in between the two different categories. But as for me, I'm just focusing on aquatic plants, and that's why I'm able to sell almost 100 different species. I think right now I think it's like 93 or 94 different species of aquatic plants, which is pretty unheard of on the internet. I only know of a few other websites that kind of sell somewhat close to that number of different species, but for the most part, there are not too many websites out there that sell this large of a variety of plants. So, um, but I'm happy I'm able to do it because it gives you guys a large variety to choose from when you go shopping. So, okay. Paul Curry, hello from Liverpool, England. Well, hello, thank you. Wonder what time it is there. Probably, probably late, early. I'm not sure. Hey John, I remember you from last year's cell. Oh, Alex Robertson, I remember you from last year's cell. Thanks for coming back. I have items in my cart right now. Will I be able to check out with the updated prices when the sale starts? If you were able to do that, um, I'm pretty sure you can. I did turn the store off a couple hours ago to prevent that from happening. I want to give everybody an equal shot at placing an order. But if you were able to already make a cart and and just save it um, either under your account on the website or whatever, you should be able to check out once the store's turned back on with that cart. If you're not able to, then you'll just have to go back and add all the stuff back into your cart. Um, Either way, I've tried to do as much as I can to give people an equal shot at placing an order because I know it gets so crazy. But there's only so much I can do with what Squarespace allows me to do. The crazy thing is like, you know, I've had my website with Squarespace for a long time now, and they, when it comes to things like this, they just continue to frustrate me because they make it so like complicated and difficult. I'm sure you guys have seen their ads like everywhere. It seems like every YouTuber that I watch is sponsored by Squarespace. And I keep thinking like, maybe if they would spend less on advertising and more on, the integrity of their website, they probably would get more customers that way instead. Because, when it came to like all I wanted to do was turn my store off until 5 o'clock, so that I can change my prices and I could give everybody an equal opportunity at placing an order. There's not even a clear way to do that. Like you think it's just a little thing you click on in your settings, that would do it. But no, Squarespace instead doesn't allow you to turn your store off. They say that if you do that, it could damage your product pages or something like that. It was a really weird explanation for why you shouldn't do that. And so the only way to sort of turn the store off was to put it in test mode. So that's what I've done. It's in test mode so that um, people, the only thing that it prevents people from doing is putting in their payment information. They can still add stuff to their cart and whatever, but they can't like proceed with the transaction. So that's as far as I've been able to go with, closing the store till 5 o'clock. So I really tried, guys. I really tried this year to do as much as I can. And I say that because, last year I didn't do that. I instead just removed the link to all the plant product pages on the website, but then people were still able to buy plants at the discounted Black Friday price, and they were placing orders well before the sale even started. So I didn't want that to happen this year. So yeah, the only thing I could do was um, put the store in test mode. So that's what I did. Okay. And I also removed the link to all the plants that are for sale off the website as well. And I'm just going to put it back and take test mode off when it comes to 5 o'clock when the sale starts. So okay. Alex says, yeah, that's what he's done for the last 2 years in a row. Yeah, so there you go. I guess you can do that. Paul Kerr. Oh, it's midnight in Liverpool. Okay. Staying up late, huh? OPG Aquatic says, with the holidays coming up, it would be cool if you added a wish list functionality on the website so you could share your list with your friends and family. I definitely agree. And you know what? There are a lot of different things that I would like to do with my website. The only problem is that I have no knowledge of, coding. I mean, I learned a little bit of HTML HTML back in the day when I was in school, but I don't have any idea how to customize my website other than, the drag and drop features that Squarespace allows me to do. Um, but maybe there's a way that I could do it without too much coding, or I think they call it SEO. No, maybe it's not even that. I don't even know. But maybe there's something I can do. So I'll see if I can put the wish list functionality on the website. I think that would be cool too. So Lucas Jara says, is a 53 gallon per hour external mini canister filter enough for a planted 20 gallon long in terms of water circulation? Well, if you look at the math, you got a 20 gallon and you got a filter that's pumping out 53 gallons per hour. So it's turning over the entire aquarium two times, a tiny bit over two times every hour. That would be fine if you don't have a lot of fish. So if you don't have a lot of things in your aquarium producing a lot of waste, that would be fine. But then again, I think a little bit, sort of a little stronger of a filter would probably be better, and would probably also give you some extra room for biomedia as well, which, as I've said before in all my other videos, you can't have enough biomedia. Biomedia is everything. So you could get away with that, but you'd be kind of limited to the amount of media you can have, and the amount of fish you could have as well. So just keep that in mind. What's the fire behind your head? Oh, it's a fireplace on my TV. I tried to really set the mood. If I sit back like this, you can see it better, but it's kind of hard because my microphone's so far away. Yeah, but I tried to set the mood. But it just looks like my head's on fire. Anyways, by the way, your content is great, so thanks for that. Oh well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. All right. First time here, I was going to look at your shop, but it's down. Do you think you'll have plant packs or sell any Anubias in bulk quantities? Um, well, the first and foremost, the website is not up right now. Well, the website is up, but the store portion is turned off until our Black Friday sale starts at 5 p.m. And after that, it'll be available, 24/7. But as I've already said, I just do that during Black Friday to give everybody an equal shot at placing an order. So, as far as selling Anubias in bulk quantities, probably not, just because my prices are pretty low as it is. Um, I know there's a lot of websites that say like, oh, if you buy 10 of this plant, you can get them at, 10 cents less or whatever. I don't do that, just because I don't have the profit margin to do so. Other websites can do that because they charge a lot more for their plants. Like if you were able to see my prices before the store was closed until 5 p.m. today, you will see that even my most expensive plants are still like, geez, like 30, maybe even 40% cheaper than my competition. And I've always said I don't understand it. I don't know why other businesses charge so much for their plants. Maybe they have a lot of overhead, they have a lot of bills to pay. I don't know. But I mean, I'm kind of in the same boat. I have overhead, I have bills to pay as well, but I don't charge. I don't have to charge so much for my plants. Like, um, I saw I saw a plant the other day. A customer sent me a link to this plant on another website because they were trying to ask if I had it, and it turns out I did, but they just couldn't find it. But it was a very common plant. It was a Lowigia repens, and when I was looking at the plant on my competitor's website, I saw they were selling it in a bundle of like 4 or 5 stems, exact same thing as me. The stems were promised to be like, 6, 7 inches tall. Same exact thing as me. But they were charging like $9.99 for a bundle of Ludwigia, and I'm thinking to myself, that's $10 for one bundle of plants, And on my website, Ludwigia repens, I sell, like I said, the same size in a bundle, whatever, um, for $2.99. All throughout the year, 365 days a year. That price never changes. Um, I know that may sound a little bit confusing because you're probably thinking like, well, wait a minute, isn't the Black Friday sale price $2.99? Yes, it is, but the thing is that not all my plants are $2.99. So this, for Black Friday, they will be. But there are plants that are sold for $2.99, um, consistently. That's just their price. But for Black Friday, I chose to offer all my plants at $2.99. But it's still a great deal because, the Anubias plants that sell for like $5.99, you're getting for $2.99. So save some money, you know. So yeah, I don't really have sales. I don't really sell in bulk. I don't sell plant packs, at discounted prices just because my prices are already low as it is. And by doing that, I would just be cutting my profit margins even thinner and thinner, and it just wouldn't be a viable way to run the business. So, but that's just a that's pretty much why other businesses are are able to do sales and offer bulk prices and plant packs and things like that. It's because they already charge so much for their plants as it is, so they have a lot of wiggle room, with their profit margins. I don't, because it's my plants are basically on sale all throughout the year. All right, so okay, what pump do you use for your pond? Oh yeah, make sure I don't want to miss anything. Oh, Paul says he's doing a water change right now at midnight listening to me. Oh, that's cool. I've done that before too. I remember when I was a kid, my parents would be asleep and I'd be in the living room doing a water change or putting plants in my aquarium. Those are the good old days. Um, all right. Chris L says, "Open it up." I will very soon, very soon, and posted a dab emoji. What pump do you use for your pond? Right now, I think I'm using a 1,000 gallon per hour pump. It was a pretty cheap one that I found on Amazon. I don't intend on using it permanently for the pond. I'm trying to find a replacement, but you know, pumps out there that can handle that amount of volume, they can get pretty expensive, and they can also um, get pretty expensive to run. They can use a lot of energy, a lot of power. So I'm trying to find the right one. But I've been able to get away with the pump that I'm using now. It's just it's a little smaller than I'd like, and even though 1,000 gallons does sound like a lot of water per hour, um, it's really not, because my pond is over 1,000 gallons. So if you want to think about it that way, like my pond only gets turned over. All the water only gets filtered once an hour, and with a pond like mine and all the you know stuff being done in it, moving plants out, and stirring things up, and it can get dirty pretty quickly. You definitely want a powerful pump that can filter the pond more than once an hour. So I'm trying to find one, but so far there hasn't been anything that's impressed me, and everything's usually too expensive, or to buy, and too expensive to run. So just trying to find the right one. Sage Mouse Dynasty, how often do you restock? I try to restock at least once a month. I I, I used to order plants weekly, but what I began to notice was that I was spending more money on plants that did not sell by placing orders every week instead of just making one big order every month. Um, it's kind of hard to explain, but I just figured out that it works better to just restock once a month. So that's what I've been doing. Um, but yeah, like in a nutshell, I guess I chose to do one large restock every month because when I'm trying to think, like, how can I explain it? When I was restocking once a week, I would, oh, okay, now I remember. I would have to place a minimum order with my supplier, and I would also have to buy a certain amount of plants to make it worth it based on the shipping costs. Because right now, right now, each shipment costs me about a little over $100 to have shipped to me, just because since they're plants and they're time sensitive, they have to be shipped. Either FedEx 2 day or UPS 2 day or 3 day. 3 days is kind of pushing it for such a big order of plants. I think right now my supplier's been using FedEx 2 day, and it costs a little over $100 every time I have to place an order to have it shipped to me. It'd probably be less if I lived closer to the distributor. The distributor is in Florida, and I'm in California, so it'd probably be cheaper if I live closer, but I don't. So I was restocking weekly, but I found that I was just spending too much money on shipping, and I was also over ordering a lot. So instead, I just place one big order once a month, and I pay that $100 or so to have the plant shipped to me, and it just makes more sense to do it that way. So that's what I've done. Rogers Aquarium. Oh wait, hold on. I want to miss any questions. Newer subscriber, first time buyer. What is the better carpeting plant between dwarf baby tears, regular baby tears, or Monte Carlo? You have a five 5 to 20 gallon, or a 5 and a 20 gallon aquarium. Okay. No CO2 setup. Okay. Well, the difference between all the plants you mentioned, dwarf baby tears definitely is going to require CO2. So I know there's people that say that you don't need it, but that's in my experience, no matter what, dwarf baby tears need CO2. So I'm definitely not going to recommend that one to you. Regular baby tears is a plant that grows pretty tall, so definitely would not be a foreground plant. You could probably get away with it being a foreground plant if you trim it a lot, but I wouldn't imagine that you'd be wanting to trim that plant, once every couple days to keep it as a short foreground plant. So definitely wouldn't recommend that one. Monte Carlo though sounds like it would probably work for you, because I've grown Monte Carlo without CO2, and it's also the leaf size is pretty similar to dwarf baby tears, and it also stays very small. It doesn't grow vertically at all, and it carpets very very well. And when it does carpet, it'll create a very dense carpet as well. So I think for your setup, considering you don't have CO2, um, I think Monte Carlo would work best for you. So I would give that one a try. And I actually think we have plenty of that in stock. So if you're able to buy some of that after 5 p.m. when the Black Friday sale starts, um, I would definitely take advantage of that. Okay. Uh, Love that I live in California. It's not 4 in the morning right now or something. As much as I want plants, I need sleep. Yeah, yeah. Last year I did the sale at midnight, and I got so many complaints from people saying that they fell asleep and they missed the sale, or they didn't want to wake up. Um, they didn't want to wake up that late to place an order because while it was midnight in California, it was, as you said, like 4 a.m. in states on the East Coast. So considering all that, I figured this year it was just better to have the sale at 5 o'clock. On Black Friday, of course, but at 5 o'clock, it just seemed like a much better time because even though it's going to be 5 here, it's like 9 o'clock on the East Coast, which is still a decent time for most people. Um, so I think I'll just continue to have the sale at 5 o'clock on Fridays as well. And on top of that, people, I know this year Black Friday's been a little bit different because the pandemic and everything, but I still figured that people would possibly do some shopping as well. And typically people do that really early in the morning. That's why they call it Black Friday. So I figured also that people would have a majority of their shopping done and they'd be home as well. So they'd be able to, place an order on the website. It'd be much easier for them, in other words. So I think 5 o'clock is a perfect time to do this sale from here on out every year. So I think I'm just going to stick with that. But yeah, last year was it wasn't fun for me either because I had to stay up past midnight, and I mean I usually do as it is, um, but I think that year I stayed up till like 3 or 4 because I had to just look at everything going on the website, make sure everything was stable and stuff. So, but I'm really glad that I won't have to do that this year. As soon as the sale's over, uh, which shouldn't take too long because the website sells out in a matter of minutes. I'm heading over to my parents' house to have some leftover Thanksgiving stuff. So looking forward to that for sure. But I can do that now because it's not so late like it was last year. So I really like to support local and fish tubers as much as possible. I just need a ton of plants and I have a lot of projects coming up. Well, stay busy. That's good. Stay busy. Keep keep on planting. I don't know what to say. What would be good plans for a jungle themed tank? They'll be going into a 140 gallon. Well, when you say jungle themed tank, I think about plants that just grow like weeds. Because with a jungle looking tank, it's like you don't want it to be look so perfect, obviously, because that wouldn't correspond with the jungle theme. Because a jungle in nature, nothing is planned, nothing is manicured. It's just everything's just growing, everywhere it can. So what I recommend is plenty of hardscape, plenty of rocks, and plenty of plants growing out of the rocks, attached to the rocks. Driftwood definitely would be a good idea. You can attach some moss plants to your driftwood, and plenty of plants that grow like weeds. So Hygrophila wisteria would be a good one. There's another plant called Potomegaton. That plant grows so fast. It used to irritate me when I was growing it in the pond. I I ordered that plant a while back because I wanted to sell it on my website. Oh, my mom's calling me. uh, can give me like 60 seconds while I take this phone call really quick. Hello, mother. Hey, I'm doing my live stream right now. Can I call you back when I'm done? I'm gonna come over when the sale's over. So okay, it's gonna be 4:30, and after the sale won't be long either after 5. So yes, I'm sure. Okay, can I? Okay, bye. Even though I tell her what I'm doing, she wants to have a full-on conversation with me. All right. So where was I? Yeah, a jungle themed tank. So yeah, Oh, well, I was talking about that plant that I bought. Yeah, so Potamegaton. I bought that plant from my supplier a while back because I wanted to sell it on my website, and I didn't know it grew as fast and as much as it did in my pond, but it really took over. Like it was like a weed. It was something that I was trying to eradicate from the pond just because it was taking over every square inch of the pond. So just be careful with that plant. I will say that. Well, there's actually no way to be careful with it, but just I should say be aware that if you do plant it in your aquarium, it will definitely take over. It will just grow over everything. But maybe that'll help you achieve the jungle theme. I don't know, but just keep that in mind. It's a crazy, crazy plant. But those are just some of the plants I recommend. There's plenty of others that grow like weeds though, um, and I'm pretty sure I have them on my website. Just look for something because typically on my website it'll explain like the growth rate, whether it's fast, slow, whatever. Um, so you should be able to see which plants grow fast or grow slow. So yeah, fast growing plants would definitely help you achieve a jungle theme. So, do you have water lilies? Well, I have tiger lotus plants, and I do have dwarf aquarium lilies. They're similar to like the lilies you'd find in a pond, but not exactly the same. They don't like grow flowers or anything, but they do resemble them. So they're just more aquarium friendly, I would say. So yeah, that if you're looking for something like that, those two plants would probably be a good option. I'll be running CO2 medium low light. Oh, okay, yeah, that's not too bad with root tabs and liquid fertilizers. Yeah, that sounds like a decent setup. Okay, well, it's almost 4:30. That means we got 30 minutes, 30 almost 30 minutes before the sale starts. I have changed all the prices to $2.99, and the store is currently closed until 5 p.m. So we are ready. And I did sort of redesign the website a little bit too. It kind of looks a little more attractive. I changed the font and I also changed the placement of a few things. I think it looks better, but you guys will see. And please give me your opinions on if it looks good or not, because I really would appreciate the feedback. um, I think I'm gonna go ahead and turn this fireplace off. It's getting really hot in here. I'm just kidding. It just looks funny. Maybe I should put an aquarium on. Let's see. Let's see. Aquarium. Where's the Q? Oh, there it is. Here's the Q. Yeah, you'll be able to see the stuff I search for on YouTube. My search history is very unique. Just keep in mind, I'm not the only one that uses my YouTube account. Oh, look at this, a coral reef, 8 hours in 4K. That'd be cool. Check that out. Oh, I like that. I like that. Hey guys, look, I'm a saltwater hobbyist now. I'm a saltwater hobbyist. I'm just kidding. Okay, we'll leave it on the coral reef. How about that? Catch me on the reef. How about that? Cringe. Okay, anyways. Any recommendations for just one, what? Plant for, statement plant for a 38-gallon tank? Oh, like a focal point? Like a, um, like the center of attention in your aquarium, I guess you could say. If you're referring to that, um, I mean, you'd want a big, flashy plant. Um, oh, you are okay. Well, if you're looking to impress your friends, first and foremost, and you're looking to flex as well, I definitely recommend Bucephaladra. If you create an aquarium with primarily foreground plants and then just have Bucephaladra growing on, say, a rock or driftwood in the middle of your tank, it'll definitely stand out. That's a definite for sure. Um, because it's surrounded by foreground plants. And if it has a chance to grow out and take over that middle section of your tank, especially if it's Buse, because Buse grows very, very slowly, but it is expensive. And if you have a lot of it in your tank and a good patch of it growing, you will definitely impress your friends. Because if they're planet tank nerds like me, like if I saw that, I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's Bucephaladra. Look how much of it there is. Oh my God. Like that would be my reaction. So yeah, that would be a really good focal point, big attention getter. You can also go as far as uh, investing in some rare species of plants. Like there's a species of Buse that cost over $100, which I know it sounds insane, but it's a beautiful variety of Buse philandra, and I don't sell it, of course. It's nearly impossible to find it and to keep it in stock. But if you're able to find it and grow it in your tank and grow a large portion of it, you'd be like pretty. You get a lot of attention for that because that's quite impressive. So Bucephaladra, that's my recommendation. Bucephaladra, that plant will definitely make your tank stand out. Um, okay. A buddy of yours has a 75-gallon tank full of rare $50 plus Buse. Yeah, that's the dream right there. That is a dream. I hear a lot of different things about um, plants, expensive plants like that. There's a lot of people that complain like, "Oh, it's a plant. Why is it so much money?" The thing is that there are some aquatic plants that just aren't available in large quantities, and I mean that pretty much goes for everything. There's luxury watches that will sell for like 5 times what they're worth or what their retail price should be worth, just because they're so rare. So I think it just comes down to rarity, and it also comes down to just what it is and what it takes to grow it. Because the growers have to make money, and I mean Buse grows so slowly. So if they have it growing in their greenhouses or their systems for like 2 years, they can't just sell it for $5. So they have to make a profit. So um, for people that don't agree with such high prices for plants, it is what it is because of many different factors. But for the most part, it's not wrong. It's not wrong for these people to charge so much for these particular plants, just because it takes a lot to grow them, and there's not too many of them available. So if you did price them low, you definitely run out of them very quickly. And if you um, did price them low, but also spent the time to grow them, you wouldn't make a decent profit. So it wouldn't be worth it. So as of now, he says it's about $1,000 spent just on views. Oh my goodness! Well, that's a lot of money. He better make sure that his plants are or his aquarium is like in top notch shape, because that would really be terrible if like he had a water quality issue or something happened and all those plants died. That would be devastating. Speaking of, I've heard some absolutely terrible stories from some fish keepers, about especially saltwater fish keepers, Like, for example, I heard a story about one guy. He went on vacation, and he had like a 500-gallon saltwater tank filled with all these amazing, beautiful corals and saltwater fish. And saltwater stuff is not cheap. Like, saltwater fish can cost anywhere from like the cheapest being like $15 to $20 to the most expensive being thousands and thousands of dollars. Which, for us in the freshwater hobby, when we think of an expensive fish, we think of arowanas and discus fish that could sell for $60, maybe $100 for an arowana. But for the most part, freshwater fish are relatively cheap. Like when we go to the pet store to buy freshwater fish, especially common freshwater fish, we spend maybe like $2 or $3 a fish. But these people in the saltwater hobby spend thousands and thousands of dollars on their aquarium inhabitants. But yeah, this guy, he went on vacation, and you know, maybe it was partially his fault because he didn't have a backup plan if the power went out. But that's exactly what happened. The power went out while he was on vacation, so his filters weren't running, protein skimmers weren't running, um, the lights were off, there was no water movement, so the water became stagnant, which depleted oxygen levels in the tank. And he came home from a lovely vacation, probably all relaxed and, stress free, and, probably walked in the door of his house reminiscing with his wife about their vacation, only to see his fish tank white, cloudy, smelled like ammonia, and a bunch of his fish just floating on the top surface of his aquarium. When I heard that story, I was absolutely devastated for this guy because I could not imagine having to experience that. Because I'm sure most of you know our aquariums are our pride and joy. Like when they're happy, we're happy. And to and they're also not cheap. Like having an aquarium is an investment. It's not, even the cheapest aquarium is not technically cheap. It costs money, to be in this hobby. And for this guy, he just lost so much. He lost everything, all his corals and fish. It was like tens of thousands of dollars. I just felt terrible for the guy. Um, but it can definitely happen. And maybe that's another reason why some people can't justify spending so much money on plants and fish, just because there is a chance that you know something could happen, and the tank could go downhill and you could lose everything. um, so you just have to, I mean, it's a chance, I guess, you take. But for the most part, if you keep up on your water changes and you take care of your tank and you have a backup plan, there's a lot of people. I don't understand why he didn't have a backup plan for his tank, because it's like if you spend thousands and thousands of dollars on a tank of that size, um, you would think that you would also invest in some insurance, something that would prevent things like what happened to him from happening. Um, but but yeah, I mean, if I was him, I would definitely have some type of backup generator that automatically turns on when the power goes out to keep the tank going or something. And they sell stuff like that for aquariums. There's there's batteries that you can buy, that will automatically come on if your pumps go out or your filter turns off or whatever. Because you lose electricity, that'll turn them back on. There's tons of stuff you can do, to keep a tank going through a power outage. So, but I guess he didn't think about it. But it was a pretty costly mistake. So, um, but yeah, maybe that's another reason why people can't justify spending so much money on aquatic plants, because of the chance of losing them all one day. All right, it is gonna be 4:40. We're about 20 minutes away from the start of the Black Friday sale on jacobsaquarium.com. Just a quick reminder, just to be ready. On the website is closed. Well, not the website, but the store portion is closed right now. It will be back open after 5 p.m. when the sale starts. So just be on the website, be ready, because things sell out in a matter of minutes. Last year, excuse me, last year the website sold out, and I believe it only took maybe 15 to 18 minutes for the website to sell out, around there. So, and I'm not exaggerating. I will say that there were some people last year that emailed me because they said exactly that. They said like, "Oh, when I watched your video about you talking about your Black Friday sale, I thought you were exaggerating when you said that your website would sell out in a matter of minutes, but you weren't lying." I'm not. It happens. Um, every year when I do this sale, I my phone explodes with notifications, because every time I get a sale, Squarespace sends me an email, and it's just funny. Every time I do this, my phone always like lights up like a Christmas tree every 5 seconds. It's pretty wild to see. So let's see. Alex Robinson's happened to me the night before my son was born. I cracked my 100-gallon tank. Oh my gosh. Cracked your tank and lost everything. That's terrible. I'm so sorry to hear that. Um, yeah, I've heard stories about that too. There's actually some videos on YouTube of people's aquariums just cracking wide open. I remember seeing this one video where this guy had a very long 100-gallon freshwater tank, and like the whole front panel just like folded inward, but it was still attached in the middle. It was really weird, and just water started coming out, and there's nothing he could do. It's a terrible thing when that happens. You just have to make sure you buy a really strong tank. Michael's Home Cooking says, "So your thumb was okay now?" Yes. Well, it's not 100%, but it's much better. Like I can move it. I'll show you. I can move it a little more, not as much as I should be able to. Like, this is my unhurt thumb, but I can't do that. I don't have that full range of motion yet. Um, my ligament is still healing, but for the most part, I can move my thumb, and there's not too much pain. But there are some movements, like if I do something that moves my thumb this way, my thumb feels like it comes out of the socket almost, and it makes a popping sound. So, and then it hurts. So I have to be careful with it. But I chose to stop wearing my brace, and or my cast, because it felt good enough to where I wasn't scared of doing further damage to it. But I definitely still occasionally get some pain with certain movements that I do, and I don't have the full range of motion yet, which is kind of disappointing because it makes everyday tasks a little bit more difficult. Like, I drop things constantly, and I have to do things with my left hand, which is kind of frustrating. But I've been getting more use out of my hand, and on top of that, I haven't been able to finish my greenhouse, which has irritated me because, well, this was the reason why I hurt my thumb to begin with, was my greenhouse. But no surgery. Yes, yeah, and no surgery as well. I I went to see an orthopedic surgeon, and he looked at my thumb, and he said that he really couldn't tell if I needed surgery or not just based on his examination. So he recommended that I go get an MRI, and I don't have health insurance. So I was kind of hesitant to get an MRI because all I saw were dollar signs. But he said that, it's either you take the chance and you don't get the MRI, and we don't know if you need surgery or not, and you just take the chance that you don't, and your thumb could heal properly. If you do need surgery, your thumb could just he said something like, I forget if it was like callus over, some weird terminology like that, but he said that it could just not heal properly, and I could lose the normal function of my thumb, and it would also become arthritic over time. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I was pretty much forced to get the MRI, and the MRI cost me $550, which was pretty sad when I had to hand over my debit card to the girl and pay her that amount of money for that. And that MRI thing was so freaky. Like they gave me earplugs because it's like loud, like it makes a weird sound. And it was kind of uncomfortable. The table was like a concrete slab. It felt like. I mean, it wasn't, but that's what it felt like. um, but it was worth it, I guess, because he told me that I don't need surgery. I just have a really bad sprain, and that I'm looking at probably 2 to 4 weeks, maybe a little longer of healing time. So it's currently been a little over 2 weeks, and it's it's much better than it was. Like before, I couldn't even move the top portion of my thumb, but now I'm able to, just not that much because it still kind of hurts. And I wasn't able to use my other fingers as well, because it seemed like every time I made any movement with my other fingers or my hand or whatever, like my thumb would just it would just hurts. It would hurt really bad. So but it's much better now. I can drive much better now because I don't have to use one hand. So yeah. But I do want to get health insurance. It's just it's expensive, and I have other bills to pay. Like I was quoted the other day. I think they told me. I think this was for Kaiser, which is it's really good health insurance, but they quoted me like $330 a month for health insurance, and you know I'm not on a really tight budget, but I try to be, so I'm not like broke all the time. But adding $330 a month on top of all my other bills, it's just too much. I can't afford it. Um, I know it's kind of irrelevant, but every time I talk about health insurance, I always say, it just sucks that in the United States, health insurance is so expensive, but there are other countries where it's practically free. Like, why can't we be that way? And that's the other thing too. I'm an independent contractor, so I don't. It's not like I work for somebody, for a company that offers health benefits as well. That's another one of the many joys of being your own boss, is having to be your own health insurance manager, I guess you could say, as well. Um, but yeah, health insurance in this country it's a business. It's not. I really, I think there's a lot of people that mean well, and like being doctors and nurses, and they like doing their jobs and helping people. But behind all that, there's some guy, some rich guy that's just, it's all about the money. That's all they care about. He could care less if you live or die. You know, all he cares about is how he's gonna how he's when and how he's gonna buy his next Rolls Royce, Bentley, Mercedes, whatever. Could really care less. So, anyways, let's not talk about that. We got about 10 minutes before the sale starts. I'm excited. This is going to be another crazy, crazy Black Friday sale for Jacob's Aquarium this year. This is oh man, I think this is how many times have we done this? I think this is going to be like the fifth or sixth year in a row that I've done a Black Friday sale. Wow. It's pretty wild when you think about it. It's like I said earlier, time is just flying by. So, all right, we got 10 minutes left. I'm looking at the countdown clock. Actually, let me pull it up, because there's a countdown clock on the website that shows me an exact. Oh, there it is. Okay, 10 minutes and 20 seconds. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Have your hands on your computer mouse. Have your phones ready if you're doing it on your phone or your iPad or for those of you that don't like Apple products, your tablet. I hope you guys are ready. It's gonna be crazy. We got, okay, 450, 450, 9 minutes 45 seconds. I'm starting to get nervous. I hope the website can handle all this traffic. It has every year. I mean, quite surprisingly, even though the website gets a lot of traffic, it's actually handled it pretty well. So, okay, I should actually change that. Okay, I'm gonna make a few changes on the website just to get it ready. I'm gonna remove everything except the countdown clock. That's the most important thing right now. Okay. And I'm just gonna put sale starts now. The Black Friday sale has officially begun. I'm going to add that bold text on the top of the page. There we go. I should add a space or two just so it's proportionate. Thank you, Squarespace. Thank you for that convenient feature. Appreciate it. Okay, I'm going to wait to save that. So it's timed accordingly. Okay, 8 minutes, 10 seconds. Oh, you have a MacBook Pro. You know, I've been debating if I should get a MacBook Pro or a Mac Mini because Apple came out with those new M1 chips, and I've heard that they're actually pretty fast, but I don't know if they're fast enough to handle all the stuff that I do. That's the only thing. I've been trying to find reviews about people editing like 4K H.264 files and stuff, like the big files though, like 400 megabytes per second files. But I haven't found too many reviews like that, so I'm not sure. I know the M1 chips. It's the highest it goes right now is 8 cores for the CPU, 8 cores for the GPU, 16 for the neutral engine thing. But I just don't know if it can handle everything that I'm going to throw at it. But I do like the design of Macs. I do like the construction and build quality. I would say that's what's luring me in the most about Apple products. For the longest time, I've always just built my computers myself. Like the one that I'm using now, I built myself because well, the reason why I decided to build my own computer years ago in the first place was because everything else just seemed so expensive, but you really didn't get a lot of performance per dollar, versus building it yourself. It seemed like you got a lot more performance per dollar, and it was actually much cheaper, So I don't know. I have mixed feelings, but somebody actually already read my mind in the comments. OPG Aquatic says maybe you should build a PC with a new AMD. They tear Apple a new one. Get a 5950 X16 core third. Yeah, you know what? It's so funny you mentioned that because I do want to upgrade my PC. Currently, I have an Intel 5820K. It's about 6 years old, but it's a 6-core CPU, which was pretty good at the time, but now it's like irrelevant. And of course, Intel is becoming irrelevant as well. AMD is like taking over. But yeah, I was looking at the 5950X the other day. It's not available yet, but it's pretty affordable for 16 cores. It's about $800, and pair that with a good motherboard that probably costs like maybe like $200-300, and max out the RAM. It probably cost me a little over $1,000 to really upgrade, my current system to an AMD system, a new AMD system. So I don't know. I might, I might. I'm considering it. Hey Jacob, what is your shipping time frame? Seeing as today is Friday. Well, typically I ship Monday through Thursday, and the the latest that you could place an order during the week and have it shipped on Thursday is Wednesday before 5 p.m. That is the shipping cutoff time for Thursday. So for Black Friday, though, Black Friday orders, it typically takes me about a week to get all the shipments out. Um, Primarily because I'm the only one that does all the shipping, and I get hundreds and hundreds of orders during Black Friday, so it takes some time. Um, so if you place an order today during Black Friday, you're probably, depending on your place in line. Like if you're one of the first to place an order, you're going to get your order very soon. You'll probably get it on, I would say, maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. But if you're kind of in the back of the line in the stack of orders, you'll probably get your shipment on Friday or Saturday. So it just depends, but it does take time, um, longer than usual, just because I have so many packages to do myself. Um, and like I said, hundreds. Okay, we got 4 minutes before the sale starts. Or actually, I'm sorry, 3 minutes. Um, I don't think this countdown clock is, I think it's a minute too slow. But okay, we got 3 minutes. It's about to happen, everybody. 4:56 p.m. Should be like, well, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, yeah, now it's 3 minutes. Okay. Oh, wait, no, okay, I feel stupid. I was reading it wrong. Never mind. Okay. I am going to get the store ready. Okay, I'm just going to put that on there now. Black Friday sale has officially begun. Okay, so that's on there. The Black Friday sale has officially begun. Okay, let's add the plant tab back to the navigation bar. Oh my gosh, it's happening, guys. It's going to happen. Okay, the plant tab is added to the navigation bar. Now you can see the plants, and now I'm going to go over to settings and take it off of test mode. And I'm going to wait the 1 minute 50 or so seconds to disable test mode, and then it will be on. Are you guys ready? Please, everybody, do not trip and fall. Do not push each other. There, no cussing, no screaming. The doors will open soon. Be patient. It's about to go down. Everybody, just relax. No pushing, no shoving. 1 minute, 20 seconds to go. It's about to happen. I'm about to get a billion notifications on my phone from Squarespace. And coming down to 1 minute. Okay, you guys ready? Ready? Okay. 55 seconds. I'll do a countdown to the last 10 seconds. You guys ready? Here we go. The 2020 Jacobs Aquarium Black Friday sale is about to start. It's been a challenging year, but I hope this will bring some light back into your lives and, bring a smile to your face, because you're able to get some really awesome plants for a very affordable price. Okay, here we go. Coming down to 10 seconds. You guys ready to do the countdown? Okay. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, the sale is on. The sale is on. Oh boy, here we go. Imagine if nobody bought anything, like just nothing happened. That'd be funny. Let me make sure you can still. Oh, here. Oh my God, here they come. Here they come. Okay, well, I don't even have to check. I know the site works. Here they come. My phone's already going off. Let me take off the countdown clock. Oh boy, here they come. Oh boy. Got to put my picture back on the website. Let's see. Wow. Here they come. I'm trying to. Oh my gosh. My phone. It's like flash, 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 flash. Order, order, order. Okay. I'm trying to find the picture I took from my web. Oh, maybe I can just type it in. Website. Oh goodness. We're up to like 35 orders so far. Website. A lot of people are using PayPal. Nice. A convenient way to pay. Actually, we'll just leave the countdown clock on there now. Whatever. I'll just wait. I'll focus on you guys right now. Oh, you got your orders in. Good, 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 good. I'm glad you guys were able to. Oh my goodness. Wow. These are some big ones too. Oh my goodness. my, my phone can't even update that fast. Oh, your order didn't go through? Oh, that means somebody bought the plants already. Um, oh wow, they are? Okay. Let's see. Let me see what's selling out so far. Keep track of all this. Let's see. Okay, so far. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh yeah, almost all the Anubias is almost gone. There's two left of Anubias for Ziri. 6 Nanjis left. Oh, okay. Not for long though. The orders just keep coming and coming. Wow. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. Wow. Wow. Oh my goodness. I'm trying to mark all these emails as read. Wow. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Wow. Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your orders. Oh my goodness. Wow. I can't keep up with the emails coming in. I keep marking them as read, but right after that, there's like 5 more that come through. Wow. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your orders. It really, really means a lot to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness. Okay, you got yours. Mine went through. Oh, you got yours. Buse. Oh, the Buse is gone already? Oh, wow. Let's see. Yep, Beautiful Audra sold out. Oh my goodness. Let's check the Anubias. Oh, all the Anubias is gone. All the Anubias is sold out. Let's check Apongatons. We got 7 left. Oh, okay, 7 left of Alvasius. Nice. Let's check Cryptochorions. Uh, 2 sold out so far. Sword plants, 2 sold out so far. Hygrophila. That's get. Oh wow, wow. Uh-oh. Don't stutter, website. Oh my gosh, that scares me. Do not stutter, please. I was like, oh no, it's gonna crash. Oh my gosh. Kind of started to sweat there for a second. Wow, I had over 100 available bundles of wisteria, and that's down to 50, half. That's almost gone. Goodness. Let's check Sagittaria. It's doing good. Jungle Val is almost gone as well. Wow. Oh my goodness. Thank you guys so much. This is crazy. Wow. Okay, let's mark all these emails as read. Oh man. All right. Have a good night, Paul Curry. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Now off to Petco to get more aquariums. I love that. Isn't that fun? Isn't Black Friday fun? You just shop, do some online shopping, and then get to look forward to going to the pet store and getting some more awesome deals on aquariums and stuff. I love that. Oh my goodness. They just keep coming and coming. Wow, this is just like last year. Oh, I forgot to time it to see how fast we sell out. Oh man, it's okay. Man, a lot of people are using PayPal. I wonder if it's because it's faster than putting. You know what? It probably is faster than putting in all your credit card information and stuff. Wow, this is gonna be a lot of work. Every time I see a new order, I'm like, oh, that's another package I have to ship out. It was definitely faster. Oh, okay. Okay. Awesome. That's good. I'm glad. I think what's helping as well is, this year, Squarespace made a change, and I was able to show how much I have of each plant in stock. So people, even if since the plants are selling out so quickly, they can adjust their orders and stuff because they can see how much of every plant is available. So that's good. Just keep in mind for anybody that's listening, that's trying to place an order or having trouble placing an order, your order may not be going through just because as you're placing it, somebody is buying the plants that you have in your cart and they're already sold out. So just keep that in mind. Just keep trying. Just keep checking the website to see how many are available of each plant and just adjust your order accordingly. But quite a few have already gone through, so I think it's going well so far. The website's still up, hasn't crashed yet. I shouldn't even say yet. I hope it does not. But wow. Oh my God. I just saw a lot of numbers right now from one person. That was kind of shocking. That is a huge order. That's probably ranked in the top 10 biggest orders I've ever gotten. Goodness. I'm not going to lie, guys. This is a lot of money. Last year I bought the camera that I'm using now. I used the money I bought from last year's sale, or that I got from last year's sale, to buy this camera. And I already told you guys that camera was like almost $7,000, and I think this year we're going to surpass 7,000 in profits. This is crazy. So I think this year I'm going to have to buy an even bigger camera. I'm just kidding. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to use what we have. I mean, it's a cinema camera. It should be plenty, right? Oh my goodness, more emails. Sorry, guys. I don't mean to ignore the chat. Got you scared. All the wisteria's gone. Oh, sorry. Purchased $170 worth of plants. Wasn't able to get all of what I needed. Will be buying more later. Oh, awesome. Well, I'm glad you were able to get something. Do you have any more? Oh, is the Myro Green gone? Oh, wow, it is. Okay. Yeah, that one's sold out. Um, yeah, I'll be restocking that one with the next restock order. So unfortunately, that's all I have for right now. But yeah, that one's gone. Let's see. Let's see what we got. Let's see. Oh, the swords are selling out pretty quick. We got 4 swords already sold out. Let's check Cryptic Crayons. Crypt Red is sold out. Let's see. Oh, all the Java Fern is gone. Let's see. Oh, we still got moss. Okay, that's good. Oh, only 19. Oh my gosh. I had like 85 portions of Java moss available and there's only 19 left. That is incredible. 24 moss balls left. Willow moss. Let's see. 25 left of those. Okay, not too bad. The Rotala is almost gone. We had a lot of that too. Rotala Indica, Rotala Vietnam is gone. Rotala Macrandra. There's only 2 left. Oh my gosh. Only 2 left of Rotala Macrandra. Broadleaf Sagittaria is gone. Let's see, there's only 12 left of the Neuroleaf variety. Only 3 left of the dwarf variety, and I had over 100 of those in stock as well. Italian Val's gone. Contortion Val's gone. Jungle Red is getting low. Jungle Val is getting... Oh, wow. I had over 100 Jungle Vals. There's only 30. Wow. Thank you guys so much. Okay, let's get back to these emails. I have to keep track of these. Well, I have to mark these as read because if I don't, I'm going to have a ton to scroll through. A ton of notifications on my phone. It's a good thing I got the new iPhone. It's able to handle all this stuff. My mom's texting me, "Are you coming?" Yes, mother. I will be there soon. Kind of in the middle of something right now. Oh goodness. Yeah, this is crazy. Like I would say probably 75% of my customers are using PayPal. That's awesome. Wow. Okay, I think I'm catching up. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Goodness. I have to text my mom back and tell her I'm almost done. I'll be there in a second. Really sad Myro's gone. Oh, I know. I like that plant too. It's very easy to grow. It kind of reminds me of a Christmas tree as well. Okay. Let me text my mom back. Yes, almost done. She's probably asking because she probably wants to have a plate of food ready for me once I get to the house. Let me text my sweetheart. Okay. Let me see. Oh, yep, more emails. What's the plant of 2021? The plant or the plan? What do you mean, the plant of 2021? The Java Fern is gone. I'm bummed but happy I snagged your... Oh, you got banana plants. Oh, cool. Okay. All right, let's see where we're at here. See what's still available. Oh, yeah, banana plants are gone. Nice. Yeah, well, the Nubis is gone. Apongaton's almost gone. There's only 2 Avaceus left. Wow. Oh, wow. Crypt Green is sold out. Let's see. Sword plants are still doing good. Oh, actually, no. There's only 2 available. Only 2 red Rubens left. Only 3 Oslot Reds left. Let's check Amazon. I had a lot of Amazon swords in stock. Okay. We're doing good on Amazon swords. If you want Amazon swords, guys, there's 68 still available. So that's good. I had over 100 of those in stock, though. So those might take a little bit longer. Louis is almost gone. Let's see. You already checked them. Java for that's gone. Moss. How are we doing on Moss? Oh, there's only 6 left of Java Moss. That's going to be gone soon. The Rotala is all sold out. The the Sagittaria is almost sold out. There's only 12 left of Narrow Leaf. That's the only one available. Vallisneria. The Jungle Val is almost gone. Wow. Oh, Tiger Lotus just sold out. Wow. Okay. Wow. Bought some hair grass. How tall does it get? Well, if it's dwarf hair grass, it probably the max I would say it gets is maybe like if you really let it grow, maybe 4 or 5 inches around there. If you got the regular hair grass version, that could get up to like a foot tall. So if you're trying to make like a jungle themed tank, that would definitely um, allow you to do so. Oh wow, they just keep coming and coming. Traffic spike. Oh no, got a traffic spike. Your website has experienced unusual traffic. What's the order number we're at now? 10,320. That's not for just Black Friday. That's total. I didn't just get 10,000 orders. No way. That would be insane. No, but we're gonna surpass. It's 10,322. Wow, my goodness. Ever since I started, I've shipped over 10. Well, going to ship over 10,000 orders. That's incredible. All right. Emails just keep coming. My phone's like downloading them as they're coming. Wow. Thank you guys again. Thank you so much. You should do another discount for Christmas as well. Oh, goodness. When, when I think about that, I'm just like, I'm going to do all this shipping for Black Friday. And then right around the corner is going to be another crazy sale. So, see what customers are saying. Get some emails, customer service emails. No complaints so far. Just one lady saying that she tried to order. Wait, what was that? Oh, there was confusion. Okay, this just confusion on PayPal's part. Wow. Let's see how the website's doing. Okay, Monte Carlo sold out. Wow. Almost all the crypts are gone. Hydro Blue is sold out. Ludwigia is almost gone. Wow. Let's check the moss. Oh, the moss is almost gone. There's only 3 Java moss available. Wow. Wow. That is okay. Goodness. It's probably going to take a little bit longer than last year to sell out just because I had so many more plants in stock. So, but looks like another successful Black Friday sale, guys. All right. Stay up to date with these emails. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm so excited to get all the plants. Hope they arrive soon. I'm putting all 7 of my planted tanks on CO2. Oh, wow. 7 tanks on CO2. What are you using to inject CO2 in your tanks? Because like, do you just have one big tank and you're splitting them up? splitting that one tank up over all your other aquariums. That's probably what I would do. I just buy a regulator with a bunch of outputs. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That's a lot of numbers. Wow. It's funny because on one of my on Stripe, a payment process company I use, payment processor, whatever you want to call it. Um, there's an analytics page where it shows your revenue, and it says a 92% increase in revenue today. Well, that makes sense. Goodness. All right. Well, things are going really well, guys. We're really off to a good start. The website should be sold out soon. Like I said, it might take a little bit longer just because we have more plants in stock, but the website hasn't crashed. Everything is going well. So there's still, I'd say there's still a good amount of plants that are available for the Black Friday sale price. So take advantage of it. I'm going to make some changes to the website. Um, get it back to where it should be. Going to remove that countdown clock and stuff. So I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. A huge thank you to all my customers once again for participating in this year's Black Friday sale. It's I I can't be more thankful. I really appreciate it, and I'm gonna try to get everybody's orders out as quickly as possible. um, oh wait, okay, hold on. Somebody said the plant tab disappeared. What? I hope not. No, it's still there. It scared me. No, it's still there. Sometimes when you bring up the website, it may not load everything. Yeah. Okay, it's back now. Okay. Okay. Scared me. I was hoping the website didn't crash. I thought it was starting to crash. Okay. Well, thanks again, guys, for watching. I'm gonna head over to my parents' house for some Thanksgiving leftovers and hang out with them. Uh, I really appreciate all your orders, and like I said, I'm gonna try to get everything out as quickly as possible. Thank you for watching the live stream, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for subscribing and everything else. All my social media links will be in the description of the live stream. If you want to like me on Facebook or follow me on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. So, so yeah, that's that. I love you guys very much. Thanks again for watching and for your orders. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you next time.